Good morning, I'm Sajan bringing you today's daily dose of hope. Imagine living in the 1st or 2nd century and hearing about Christianity for the first time. In the Gospel of John, we learn about Jesus, about his followers, and the early church at this time. If you dig into the Gospels, though, you will see just how flawed and human Jesus' followers were. They weren't saints or theologians, but ordinary men transformed by Jesus' revolutionary life and by the Word of God. One of Jesus' closest disciples, Peter, even betrayed Jesus by denying that he ever knew him. And just days before, Peter had told Jesus he would never do anything of the sort. If we fast forward to after Jesus' resurrection, however, we see Peter fully stepping into the man God had called him to be, as he becomes the leader of the apostles and helped to start many churches. In fact, in John chapter 21, verse 17, when Peter is talking to Jesus and says that he loves him, Jesus, knowing Peter's flaws full well, responds with this commission: "Feed my sheep." How does that make you feel to know that much of the early Christian movement was led by an openly messed up guy who even turned his back on Jesus at one point when things got tough? For some people, that might have been a deal breaker. They might not have felt confident to be part of a movement led by this kind of person with an imperfect past. Unfortunately, people have the tendency to idealize leaders and expect them to always make the right decisions and to basically be perfect. But if you read the whole Gospel of John, it makes it impossible to see Peter that way, and that is exactly the point. Inspired by God, John chose to include both Peter's mess-ups and his greatest moments to show us a well-rounded picture of a man trying to follow Christ in his human imperfection. Sure, including Peter's low moments does make him look bad at times, but John actually closes the book with his restoration story to highlight Jesus' gracious attitude towards sinners. As readers, we are meant to see ourselves in Peter and to recognize that there's a leader in all of us, no matter what our past mistakes are. Instead of a closed book, we are left with a final reminder that our faith is not about us and what we do for God, but instead it's all about what Jesus has done for us to show us who God is. So be encouraged by this story of imperfection, grace, and revolutionary leadership, and read the Gospel of John for yourself. If God can use Peter, he can use you.